Can you hurry up? We're trying to do a podcast this week, please.
Sure. It's Easter and I've got the meat sweats already, so
You got the meat sweats just rolling out of bed, so
hit the start button.
it's already going. Yeah,
You already hit it?
yeah.
You hit it.
Whenever I said, "Hey, let's get this shindig started," or whatever I said.
Oh, now he's in a hurry. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Campout.
And we set the tone pretty good for this week.
Man, I don't know how they do that. Like hyper, like,
Hey, what's up, guys? Back at it again with another video.
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and the like button.
That's the same thing.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Thumbs up and the like button.
I don't know.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like. Over the morning.
In the link below. What is in the link below? I've never clicked them.
So, Easter.
Yeah, that's today.
What did you do for Easter, if you want to talk about it?
I went to a barbecue.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, had some barbecue chicken.
Oh.
Had some really good baked beans. And like deviled eggs I know that you would like.
I don't like deviled eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I've never liked a deviled egg.
You think?
I don't like boiled eggs. So that's the first problem.
Yeah, get past that.
Get over it, dude.
Yeah.
Being a loser.
Yeah, time to grow up, big boy pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you'd like it.
All right.
And I had some Jello cake.
Jello cake's good.
It's been so long since I had Jello cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jello cheesecake's where it at.
Yeah. Then I drove home in a tornado.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was fun.
We had our Easter during the tornado.
During the tornado?
Yeah. We went out to Canton and Heidi's. Had a big Easter thing over there. And right as everybody finally got there, we're starting to wind down, but I start eating. Power goes out. And the weather starts picking up heavy out there. Like it looks like a hurricane outside. So we move all the food downstairs and we all eat in the dark because the power went out.
Yeah.
And their basement's like the safest place in the house. So we went down there, ate our Easter food, and me and Emma had some Easter egg or Easter baskets put together for the younger kids. And they seemed to like them. And then we ate, and they were starting a Easter egg hunt inside whenever we left.
Yeah.
We didn't stick around too long. I started not feeling good, and so did she. So we were like, Easter's overrated anyway.
The day our Lord and Savior is.
Yeah. Yeah. And also where the bunny, human-sized bunny, walks around and shits eggs. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, Easter used to be a lot bigger deal.
Yeah.
Like, it was, like, bigger than Christmas. You know?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's springtime. Weather's not shitty, usually, outside of tornadoes.
In Missouri. Just Missouri in general.
Yeah, it was like a big gathering, you know, like all the family was there, and it's just not that way anymore, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, Easter's never been an important one to me. I just never really cared for it. I think I'm just in that generation that doesn't really care anymore.
We didn't really celebrate it, you know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got some stuff for Easter. My mom always went all out.
Yeah.
Like, we'd wake up and have, like, Easter baskets.
Yeah, Mom used to do that when we were kids.
Yeah.
We'd wake up and have, like, all this candy and all these little toys and stuff.
It was like, it was like second Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, like, we'd get, like, video games and, like, expensive stuff. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do all that.
Yeah. I don't know if your grandpa was on board with it. Because I don't remember him ever being there Easter morning. But
Emma's like that. She, like, loves Easter. It's a big deal to her.
Yeah.
Like, she was talking, like, 2 weeks ago about, like, what dress should I wear?
Yeah.
Like, preparing for it and everything. I'm like, it's not as big as you're thinking it is. Like, most people are going to be wearing probably sweatpants. And she was like, well, it's a big deal to me. And she ended up even getting me an Easter basket with, like, my favorite stuff. I was like, I feel so bad. I didn't get you a lick of anything. And she's like, well, I also like a couple of your snacks. I was like, then have at them, as many as you'd like.
Yeah.
If I didn't get you, shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's going to be a bigger deal with my kids.
Yeah. I mean, that was something, I don't know. Like, I know I skipped on it. Like your mom didn't skip on it, but it wasn't like it used to be,
Yeah.
So, and yeah, like you're supposed to have like a kind of like a pastel button up shirt.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be dressed up when you go to, because it's supposed to be a church thing too. Like you're
Yeah.
supposed
Easter
to
Sunday.
go to Easter Sunday and then you come and do all that. So,
Yeah.
oh, um, well, we may, us as humans, humankind, mankind.
I'm
Well, no,
familiar.
wait, it's humankind now. It's 2025.
I'm familiar.
Uh-huh. We have made leaps and bounds.
Is that right?
Yes. We have finally put an all-female space crew into space.
Yes.
Led by Katy Perry.
And Jeff Bezos.
Well, he stayed on the ground, like a man should.
What?
He didn't go up there. He was on the ground.
I could have sworn I've seen a video of him walking in there with his wife.
Yeah, up on the thing is his fiance, but yeah.
And he didn't go in?
No, he didn't go in. He stayed on the ground.
He just wore a spacesuit, walked up to the top, and walked back down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, any reason to wear bell bottoms is a good reason. So,
Okay.
um,
But yeah, Katy Perry, and there were a couple other people that no one cares about.
People are pissed off. Well, it's like Gail King. She's a TV host of some morning show, I think, and Amanda Nugent. I don't know how to spell that.
Nuhin.
Yeah, it's I'm sure I butchered that last name, but she's like a civil rights Nobel winner or something like that.
Okay.
It was an 11-minute flight.
American Heroes.
Yeah. They did not breach our atmosphere. They just went to the edge, like as far as you could go. Became weightless and went back down. Came back down. Now they're astronauts.
Wow.
Yeah, never went to space.
No.
The thing, and there's a huge conspiracy that it wasn't real.
Really?
Yeah, so like they had the live feed of them returning to Earth and it landing and all that, and you could see the door start to open. And then they shut it real quick. Like the assistant lady like starts, like hey, no, close the door, like
Yeah.
So, and then like Jeff Bezos went over there and used some fake tool and like stuck it in a hole that didn't even, and was acting like he was unlocking it, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
It was already unlocked. But everybody's like, well, then they didn't go, like that's fake, it was a pressurized cabin and this, that, and the other. Well, yeah, it's pressurized from like down here to go up there. But whenever you come back down, it's like the same pressure.
Yeah.
Like I get a little bit of air hiss, but not much, I mean, it looks sketchy as hell because like the door was all flimsy. I guess we didn't learn our lesson with that submarine deal.
Yeah. Were they still using an Xbox 360 controller, or?
No, they didn't have any controller. It was just a bunch of like lazy boys and Windows is like all it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, and matching outfits. For something I don't get that. Like they're not a space crew, They didn't have to work together to get there.
No, they all just sat in the same building. It was basically an elevator.
Yeah.
Went up and go back down.
The world is supposed to celebrate these women because of their heroic deed of riding a rocket to the edge of our atmosphere.
Yeah.
What is the name of the lady that was at the International Space Station for extended months into where they should have been, and Elon had to go rescue him? What's that lady's name?
No idea.
Yeah, me neither. Neither is anybody that's listening. Anybody that's in the news.
Are you talking about the people that were on the International Space Station for like extra months or something?
Yeah, and they had to get rescued.
Yeah.
And I mean, so and they come back looking like death. because like while they're up there, they're slowly getting radiation poisoning. It's like they're up there, and it's like getting like 10 X-rays a day.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. You get radiation sickness, and you'll eventually die.
Yeah.
We don't know her name.
Hmm.
Like that's a legit female astronaut. I am not going to put her in the same category as Katy fucking Perry.
Yeah.
Because she rode a roller coaster, which you and me can also ride for a nice crisp amount of $250,000.
Just a crisp
Yeah.
amount.
If anybody's interested, use our hashtag. Link
Link in
is in the
the
description below. Hashtag Campout Podcast for a 10% discount.
Campout 69 for
Yeah.
10% discount.
I mean, 10% of $250,000 ain't that bad a change, But yeah, and I imagine that's for fucking like economy minus, like
Yeah.
like you can ride with the bags. I guess I don't know. You don't even get a window seat, and the whole thing's windows.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's somewhere between $250,000 to $500,000 for a ticket.
10% of 250. Not just 25,000.
Something like that. One of the seats was auctioned off for $28 million.
Damn.
Yeah, but gate cost just a measly $250,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's what the whole thing was about. It's supposed to be about space tourism.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? I mean, somebody put in the comments below if you are taking that ride.
Yeah.
Well, maybe don't, because now your name's out there, and I know you got $250,000. So just floating around. We'll get some ideas going.
I seen a video on TikTok about this expedition thing that they are calling about.
Yeah.
And this lady, all she did was record her fridge. And her freezer had a frozen bag, just one thing in it, frozen bag of peas. And pointed at her fridge, she had half a gallon of milk and a bunch of condiments.
Hmm.
That was it in her whole fridge.
Yeah.
And she was like, thank you, like, I forget what organization it did it, but thank you for you people for our new space heroes. And it's just videoing her fridge of like,
Yeah.
you guys have your feet in the wrong pond,
Mm-hmm.
You need to be paying attention to more important things like, I don't know, poverty or, violence, drugs. Like, put your money and work into something that's actually worth a shit.
Well, and I don't know, like we are guilty of this, because like we're riding Biden pretty hard about cost of living, stuff like that,
Yeah.
and I mean, kind of gone up.
Yeah.
Trump's in office. When are we going to start calling that out?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know people are, well, we're in a tariff war. And all. Yeah, we kind of started it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll hang in there, because that's all you can do, but hopefully it gets better. But I mean, eventually we're going to start calling out, well,
Yeah.
if we don't start getting better soon. So, which is a shame,
Yeah, it is.
but I don't know. I mean, I'm still not going to be like, there ain't no way I can go to the left. I damn sure wasn't going to vote Kamala. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's weird how like little shit like that, like oh, $250,000 go to the edge of space, and then you too can also falsely call yourself an astronaut.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's I never mind. It's going to end up pissing me off. But back to the lady with the empty fridge and a bunch of condiments.
Yeah.
You ever watch a show like MTV Cribs?
Yeah.
and then like they would show their refrigerator.
Yeah.
Rich people have no condiments,
Yeah.
right?
Because they'd use them and throw them away. They don't
Well,
care. It's just there.
no, they don't need to. You know, like they actually have a whole meal.
Oh.
You know, like how many of the meals have you made? Because like you po folk like me po folk.
Yeah.
You know, like we all po folk. How many meals can you make that you add ketchup to?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many do you make that you couldn't eat it alone,
Uh-huh.
but you got a little Chick-fil-A sauce. No, we got something.
A lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more stuff.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I love how like people can make so many like a lot more meals out of ramen than what we're actually supposed to make.
Yeah.
You know,
You make ramen cake,
yeah,
which I
yeah,
would love to try.
yeah.
I'm sure it tastes gross as hell, but I'd love to try it.
You can make ramen drywall patch too.
Yeah, I've seen
I mean,
those. You can use ramen to fix furniture, and
yeah,
yeah, I've seen those, and they actually look like they hold up pretty all right.
mm-hmm.
They just saturate it with super glue or whatever kind of glue, and
Yeah.
it's just a hard paste of glue, basically. It's basically body filler.
I mean, ramen's a form of currency in most prisons.
Yeah, it's gonna cost you about 10 soups.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I think the shrimp one is like the top dollar one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most disgusting one.
Yeah.
I can't do the shrimp one. I've tried it.
What's your favorite?
I'm gonna say beef, but sometimes that chicken just hits. Like
It's my favorite.
like I love the beef one, but then there are times I look at it and go, eh.
Yeah. Every time I look at the beef one, I go, "Huh." I'm always a chicken guy.
I can't microwave them anymore.
Why not?
Like I can do the cup of noodles,
Yeah.
I can microwave those and be just fine.
Uh,
But as far as like taking just like ramen, putting it in a bowl and then heating it up, can't do it.
why?
You sick? Get it, Sid. Get it, Sid.
She's having issues.
Yeah, do a quick pause.
Yeah. We'll be back to you after these short messages. Do, 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 do. And we're back.
And I don't know what's wrong with your dog.
She got issues.
Nah.
I got her from some crackheads in Stockton, so
Yeah.
sure there's some kind of problem.
Yeah. And now she's had to look at her. So pitiful.
Oh.
She was like staring through the window, like, "Hey guys, let me back in. I'm on the podcast."
All by myself.
You don't understand. Sylvester's just out here making fun of me.
Okay, we have to do a podcast.
Oh yeah.
Not all about my crazy dog.
Oh, that dog. I hate that dog.
Got by that dog.
I got about that dog. What were we talking about?
Astronauts.
Oh yeah, the so-called astronauts. Anyway, do you even think that's real? That they actually went?
Mm, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
It's
sadly.
not that crazy. Like if it was faked, then they would have went all the way. I feel like they wouldn't have just half-assed it. Like they went to the edge of the atmosphere, but they came back. I feel like if it was fake, they were like they went up for 30 minutes and got to experience dark black space and came back. Like I feel like they would have done all that.
Yeah. Well, and I ain't calling anybody anything, but I really don't think people understand exactly what they were doing. Like, oh, because the news is all like, oh, we sent females into space. Well, we didn't. That's why there wasn't that many safety procedures.
Mm-hmm.
They flew high. The guy that jumped out of that one thing for Red Bull, he was higher.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, they just, I mean, that whole weightless, you for a long time you could get in a plane, go up in the plane, it would go really high, then it would dive, and you'd be weightless.
They still do that.
They still do it.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. It's just extra.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like $50,000, it's $250,000. And
Yeah.
it looks more grandiose, and
Yeah.
I think it's stupid. Whenever they start making it to where you're like, hey, you want to go to this resort on the moon, then I'll be all like, all right, we did something.
Let me cash out that life insurance.
But yeah. I need to see what. You're supposed to be able to take a loan against that.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
I know. You wouldn't get anything.
Shit.
But yeah.
Just take out a full loan of everything you got in your life insurance. Don't pay it, and they'll just take away your life insurance.
Yeah, basically.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah. I don't.
I don't want my kids to use my shit. I earned my life insurance, damn it.
No. I'm gonna put the house up for sale.
Do what you need to do, boss. It's your life. You live it however the hell you need to.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
If you die, just know I'm going to Mexico. So
What?
I'm going to Mexico.
Uh, you'll
I'm going to go Breaking Bad the shit out of
dude, you'll turn into a piece of bacon down there. Like you will
it.
fry.
I don't burn that bad. I tan pretty good.
Yeah, after the peel. So
That is weird. I do like I burn, it peels, and it underneath is a tan. It's like
mm-hmm.
I'm a salamander, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just going through a little molting phase.
Yeah.
Um
We have anything actually interesting to talk about?
mm,
This is the camp house, probably not, but
well, so I saw so since last week I've been trying really hard not to fall into the TikTok traps. And one of the TikTok traps was a Vader series supposed to be coming out on Disney Plus.
a Vader.
Yeah, Darth
Okay.
Vader, and it was a TikTok trap. Like nothing has been announced or officially announced or anything like that. But what has been announced is that Vader will be in the season 2 of Ahsoka.
Yes, I did see that.
So that I'm excited for. I know it's nerdy. Um,
Add on to that on I think it's Thursday
uh-huh.
is the 20th or the 25th. I forget what it is. Anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, and they're going to be redoing it in theaters. So my favorite Star Wars movie of all time, I can go watch on the big screen.
Oh, nice, nice.
So excited! And that day so happens to be should find out the gender of the baby too. So
Yeah,
double
and
down on that day, you know.
is it bad that I noticed that? Like, I was like, oh, the gender reveal is on Star Wars Day. Like, May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the day I find out on the 24th,
yeah,
which is the day that Star Wars redoes their thing in theaters.
yeah,
And then we do the gender reveal on May the 4th, Star Wars Day.
yeah.
I'm like, this is perfect.
You guys are going to keep it a secret for that long?
Like a week? Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
I just got to keep it from you
Good luck.
and mom. Everybody else, I won't tell anyone.
One in the podcast.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm excited. Me and Emma are going to go find out. And then I'm probably going to have to take work off on Thursday because we're going to be working in Stockton.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to drive, 45 minutes to an hour just to drive back all before lunch. So
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to take off that day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I should get my Nintendo Switch the day before then. So I can just go full force, you know?
Uh,
You always said, never half ass anything. I'm
yeah.
going to full ass a bad day of work.
Yeah.
I won't full ass a day of work.
Nope,
I'll
nope.
full ass a day off, though.
Nope, don't want to do something like that. That'd be crazy. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Making money, that'd be weird. You got to have your standards.
As you do.
Oh, God. You got anything like interesting, cool going on?
Um, well, everything I got's nerdy.
Yeah, but can't make listening by now. That's fine.
Okay, cool. So I got a Nintendo Switch.
Uh-huh.
I ordered it. Um, so what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to collect all of the Nintendo handhelds.
Uh-huh.
So like Game Boy, DS, 3DS, Switch, all the different models in between.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get all of them, and with each one, I also want to get it in the Zelda Special Edition version,
Yeah.
so that at the same time I can get every Zelda Special Edition Nintendo because they only made them in handhelds. So while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and get both of the thing I'm trying to meet here.
Yeah.
The only issue is they have like three different 3DSs, and they're like three different kinds of Zelda edition shit. So that's going to be an expensive one for my 30s. But I'm starting now with the Switch, and we're going to go from there. And they just announced the Switch 2. Everybody was making fun of me because I'm getting the Switch right now. They're like, the Switch 2 just got announced. Why are you getting the Switch now? It's like buying a PS4 whenever the PS5 gets announced. It's like doing that. I'm like, well, they don't have a Zelda edition yet, so I'm getting the cool one now. So that's my nerd shit for the day. That's about it.
You might be a little late on it, but like if you could remember what like the highest wanted toy was whenever you were a kid,
Mm-hmm.
you might still be able to find them pretty cheap.
Me?
Then just hold on to it for the next 20 years without opening it.
What was the number one toy I wanted? The only thing I can think of is the number one video game that I wanted.
Yeah, but those always get remade and digital copies and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the one I wanted was Human Diamond for the DS. But toy, I really wanted these thumb chucks, like two balls connected to a string, and they went out of business years ago. And I ordered one on Amazon
Mhm.
or on eBay, and I used it for like 2 months, and then uh, Colin's daughter
Yeah.
really, really liked them, and so I was like, okay, you can just have them.
Yeah.
Now I don't have my thumb chucks anymore, but apparently it's still one of her favorite toys, which is cool.
That's cool. Um, like, I was whenever I was down in Eureka, I was in this like, toy shop. It's like a vintage toy stock kind of deal,
Yeah,
and yeah, like if I would have kept all my Ninja Turtle stuff in the package,
yeah,
oh, like we ain't even having this podcast.
yeah.
Yeah,
We live in a bigger house, you know.
well, no, they just be updated.
It would just look nice.
Hey, my house looks nice until you guys get here.
There you go. I don't know. I cannot think of a toy that I wanted. If I wanted something like really, 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 really bad, I would ask for it every year until I got it.
Yeah, like
So,
Teddy Ruxpin was like a huge deal. Tickle Me Elmo was a huge deal.
remember you were growing up?
No, like Teddy Ruxpin was when I was growing up, but then like the thing after that was like Tickle Me Elmo. My parents were fist fighting over this bullshit, you know. Um,
I never cared about Tickle Me Elmo. I just wasn't a Sesame Street kid.
well, and that's the thing. I think that's why America has lost a lot of its Americanism
Yeah.
because we don't fist fight for toys no more. You know,
Everybody fist fights for Pokemon cards now.
yeah, but that's Pokemon. That's more of like slap fight. You know, like
It's like flicking each other.
you know what I mean. Like you're not invested that much. You know, you know it's money, but this is for the future of my child. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm going to cut you over this Tickle Me Elmo doll because my child needs it.
Yeah.
We don't have that no more. Now we have, like, oh, I got it in my shopping cart. Like, oh, they're out of stock.
Yeah.
Guess I'll wait 2 weeks.
My most exciting part about getting this Nintendo is going to stores and buying stuff again.
Yeah.
Because with like the past, I don't know, 15 to 20 video games I bought have all been digital.
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited to go back to like actually buying the game in a store. Like I
Mhm.
have to wait till they open and go and get it on the day it comes out. And
Mhm.
I'm so excited about that. I love that part. You can do it online too, but I want to start going back to that where I have to buy them all in person.
I know Brian wouldn't agree with me on this, but I prefer the digital copy over the physical copy.
Why? Just the convenience?
They're the convenience, and then I don't know, like we just had like tornado sightings today. That
Yeah.
tornado comes through, takes the whole house. I'm fucked anyway. PlayStation's gone. Everything's gone.
Mm,
But whenever I do get set up again, have my PS5 again,
yeah.
all I gotta do is remember my PlayStation ID and password.
And you have all those games back.
Got them all back. You know, I don't have to.
So
I
let
don't
me
have to dig through the rubble to
let
get
me
to them.
get this here. So you buy digital edition video games
Yeah.
because one, convenience, which doesn't sound batshit crazy, and the other reason is because you're a doomsday prepper.
Partly.
That's what
Partly.
that's what you narrow it down to there.
Well, I mean,
I'm plan for the worst. You know, what if my house blows away?
especially with like you guys, like whenever you were younger,
Yeah.
you guys would get, like a hard copy of my game and be all scratched to hell. Just because you're a kid,
Yeah.
you got one coming. So enjoy those hard copies, baby.
Yeah, that's why
Like,
I'm getting cartridges instead of discs.
yeah. Yeah. Do you know how many things fit inside of a cartridge? Yeah. Fingers, toes,
Yeah.
I hope you don't have a boy, like,
All right.
so
And cancel.
I'm just saying,
I just am.
but
I don't know why. Ian gets it. Like whenever we were in high school, we
yeah,
always used to say, "I just am."
just saying. So, but yeah, digital copy, I don't have to worry about it. I have to worry about you guys breaking the whole machine, and
Yeah.
and that's why every time you guys are all like, "Hey, can I borrow that PlayStation right quick?"
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a cup of fucking sugar, like,
It's like it's a couple eggs
yeah, like it ain't no big deal. Like, oh yeah, why don't you take my whatever I paid for it at the time? I think it was like I only paid 5, but
only.
yeah. But no, yeah, go ahead and unplug that $500 thing, carry it across the house, maybe take it to a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and we all know how like you guys and some of your friends like, oh look, dad stuff. I'm going to highly respect this. Yeah,
I had something. I lost it.
yeah. Like, oh look, he's taking up golf. That looks fun.
Yeah.
I wonder what this club will look like wrapped around a tree.
Hey, I ended up getting you those damn clubs, so
Yeah, these now that I
I
have.
didn't screw up the ones before.
The ones in the garage. I don't know who did it, but yeah.
Oh, I do. And it's burp.
Well, that son of a bitch. But yeah, I don't even need to know now. But
I think it's funny that you're worried about us ruining your PlayStation 5,
mhm.
even though you bought it on a drunk afternoon before 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
That was, yeah.
yeah. Well, I'd like to live with my mistakes, obviously.
Okay. Fuck you.
Come on, that's kind of good. Oh, daddy.
People don't understand.
Yeah, I know
It
that.
sounds gross,
It does.
but
After I
it's not
said
that.
it, I was all like, ah, that sounds gross.
It was a joke with my dog.
Yeah.
That's no. Don't tell people that.
Yeah. That, that that's in our premium membership.
Yeah,
If you
follow us on our Patreon.
yeah, you go to link in the description below.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
that Patreon deal, like I mean, we're never gonna do it, but
I mean, if we get like a lot of people, you know, like,
yeah, if we're trying to like quit our jobs and stuff like that.
why the hell not?
Um, it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But like, have you ever looked at like a Patreon?
Uh-uh.
Like, like the different pay levels and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Oh no, I mean, I was looking at I think the Neebs one,
Mhm.
and they said like if you had like a donation of $1 million, you could play with them.
That was it.
Yeah, I never wanted $1 million so bad in my life.
Yeah.
Like if I would have won like the whatever Powerball, whenever it was like $1 billion or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm dropping $1 million. I'd play on Neeb's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, that's legit because I'm about to drop it. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even like wire it. I mean, that's a briefcase of cash.
Yeah. You'll show up to the studio that
Yeah,
day with the briefcase.
yeah. I
Like,
would.
hey, I'm on this episode today.
Yeah,
Work me in.
scoot over. What are we doing? What are we playing?
I will literally just voice Scooter. That's all I want.
Yeah,
Or Cooter. What was the name of the bird?
Cooter.
Cooter. Yeah.
Yeah,
I will be the voice of Cooter.
blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, you pronounce his name wrong.
I don't know, dude. I haven't watched a Neves gaming video in like 3 years.
I think it's funny that I got into it because you guys are so into it. And then you guys went on, go do your own thing.
Yeah, and you stayed.
And I'm all like, but I still like it. Simon funny, he sucks like I do. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, to me that's the dream.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know what all it takes. It's got to be a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of creativity in it, a lot of hours, a lot of editing, a lot of this, a lot of that. But man, just they're their own like TV company,
Yeah.
their own production company. They have different shows and episodes, and they all do this different, that different. I don't know. I know like nobody listening has any fucking clue what the hell I'm talking about, and that's fine. I don't need them getting much bigger because then they're going to start charging.
Yeah.
But
They're gonna end up on Disney Plus or something.
that would be cool. I don't know.
Watching them from the beginning.
Well, they got Duralius and Associates, and I think that is like their automatic cancellation.
Yeah.
Is that show?
Battlefield Friends was pretty rough too.
Yeah, but the like, oh my, I can't even say some of the things that would get them canceled on here because like it's like that's a pretty fine line. So, but that's off on a totally different channel. Do you even know the movie The Bodyguard?
Like the Hitman's Bodyguard?
No, it's an old like 90s movie. Had Kevin Costner, Whitney Houston in it.
No.
Oh. So basically, Whitney Houston is a singer or was a singer. She's
I know who Whitney Houston is.
yeah. Well, in the movie, she's a singer and like very popular singer, just like in real life. And in the movie, she had a stalker and was sending her all kinds of weird messages and just really creepy. So she hires this bodyguard who is controversial, which
Mhm.
is Kevin Costner, and he has to protect her. And then, of course, in true 90s fashion, they fall in love with each other and then they break up, but he's still got to protect her. And then he ends up saving her. Now they're back in love again. It's a 90s rinse and repeat shit.
Yeah.
What would you think if they remade that movie with Taylor Swift instead of Whitney Houston?
I think it would suck. I don't think anybody would watch it.
Really?
Yeah, like the amount of like I know Taylor Swift has like this huge fan base, biggest fan base in the world,
I mean, they're called Swifties.
but she's got more haters than she's got fans.
Yeah.
And I think literally if every single Swiftie on the planet went and watched that movie, it still wouldn't even break even with how much it makes. Like how much it costs to make that movie. Like I think it would be a 100% complete flop.
I think you'd be surprised.
I don't think I would be.
Well, because a lot of people said the same thing about Whitney Houston. Like she's a singer, she's not an actress. Da 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 da. I mean, not like one of the highest grossing films, but I mean, it was very successful.
Yeah, but that's whenever people like I guess I don't know. I feel like I'm sure that Taylor Swift can act. 'Cause she is like one of the most dramatic people on the planet.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm sure she'd be great at it and people would be like, that's a great performance or whatever. But I still don't think almost anybody would go watch it. I wouldn't go watch it. I know maybe two people in my whole life that would watch it. I have about 50 others that wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I think because you said, like, well, she has more haters than she has followers, which I don't. I think she has more people that like her. I think either more people like her or don't care than people that dislike her.
Hmm.
So, but it's kind of like all the like Marvel movies and shit, um, like oh, like people that were like, oh, this show's gonna suck and everything. Well, the people that say that this show's gonna suck, they still go and watch it
Mm-hmm.
because they want to prove that they were right. Like I was dogging on that Star Wars show that they had.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the damn name of it.
Okay.
But I was dogging on it. And I just watched a few episodes
Hmm.
and I couldn't, like, I physically could not bring myself to watch this show.
Yeah.
Um, it was making me sick, in all honesty. And that's whenever you hate something and you're not given into it, you know. But
Yeah.
even the people that hate her, they go watch it.
Hmm. Maybe.
What's a what's an older movie like? What's a like a '90s movie that you like?
Um, first thing that comes to mind is Encino Man.
Encino Man. Okay,
It's the first one that comes to
all
mind.
right.
That's 90s, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great movie. Brendan Fraser, Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's squeeze in the juice. Yeah, like people that have never seen that movie have no idea what I just said.
I don't even know what you just said.
Squeezing the juice.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking
Whenever he gets underneath the icy machine and squeeze the juice, and he like pulls the icy thing and gives himself brain freeze.
about. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because he was stuck in ice. But yeah,
Well, I mean,
it is 90s.
yeah.
But what about it?
That's such a great movie.
I watched that movie a million times.
Hmm. It was a great movie.
Growing up, well, I guess not growing up, whenever I was like 15, 16, maybe even 17, I didn't have anything to uh, plug into my TV to watch movies whenever I was going to bed.
Hmm.
But I did get this, I think it was a laptop from my ex stepdad, and he had a bunch of movies loaded up onto it for that I could watch.
Hmm.
And I have such a hard issue with rewatching movies. I cannot rewatch a movie until I've forgotten everything about the movie, unless it's really, really, really good, or it's a really easy rewatch.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars is a really easy rewatch. I've watched that a million times. And Encino Man, I watched that movie back to back every night for like 3 months because it was just an easy rewatch. It was fun.
Yeah. Well, first thing is like I hate how they teased us with a sequel. Because they unfroze the girlfriend,
Uh,
and then that was the movie. There was no Encino Man 2.
it
You know,
wasn't.
no.
Huh. It's
If there,
weird for the 90s.
yeah, if there was, it was straight to video. They used to do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Um, but um, could you imagine if they remade that movie today?
Hmm.
Like, how many parts would like cut out,
Yeah.
and then you have to like, because it was a bunch of white people,
Yeah.
so now you got
There were
to,
some black people in it in the school.
yeah, like in the school and the background and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now, like when they unfroze, like first off, Encino Man would be Encino Woman, and it would, like it would. I don't know. She'd have to either be a person of color or a lesbian, you know, or both.
Yeah.
Um, definitely couldn't be skinny. That's for sure. Um, the squeaking. That's my chair.
Oh, okay. I thought a cat was outside meowing.
No, no. But
Sit
anyway,
still.
I can't, man. I had this sweet tea. I'm all hyped up. Um, but yeah, like there'd be like certain amount of DEI, and
Who do you think would play Encino Man if they did a remake?
like I said, it'd be some chick.
Well, let's say it was a guy.
If it was a guy,
They keep putting like Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson into everything. But who would you want?
they're too old for that aspect. I
Who would you
mean, I
want?
feel like that they would look at Tom Holland pretty hard because he still looks young, but he's too old for high school.
He
Like,
would be cool.
yeah, I could.
He would have to really work at it though.
I would say it would have to be a somewhat unknown. Like Brendan Fraser was like an unknown.
He was a comedian at the time, or he did comedies or something like that.
I think that was his first one.
What?
Yeah, like
Whatever.
name one earlier than that.
Good point.
Yeah, I mean, if it was, it wasn't anything big. But that's where he kind of got his start, like where everybody started knowing who he was.
Uh,
And then what's his name went on to did Rudy.
do you have a movie that you think is the first movie you ever watched? Like, do you know the first movie you ever watched to memory?
Mm,
Might not be accurate, but it's what you remember.
So I don't either it was a fever dream or I need to see a psychologist. I don't know.
Hmm.
But for some reason, I remember this movie and I've never seen it anywhere.
I've had so many of those
Yeah,
where I remember the movie very clearly, but I cannot find it anywhere.
and I know I was at my Aunt Sandra and Uncle Gary's house. N- know it was there because they had like a Betamax or something like that. It was a
Uh,
large disc.
yeah,
I think we had the VHS and they had the large disc thing. That
Laserdisc.
yeah, like
Yeah, that's what that is.
yeah, it was cool shit too because they came in like big like record size
Yeah,
cardboard cuts
but
and
they were
stuff.
CDs with like the stuff all over it.
No, they weren't CDs.
Well, they had the colors on them and stuff. They were like,
No, they were a plastic bit, kind of like an NES cartridge, and
oh,
inside of that was film,
okay,
and it slid in like is damn near the size of like a medium pizza.
okay,
Yeah, but it was just super thin. Anyway, so I remember it was there, and I don't remember who was in the movie, why the movie it was the way that it was, but it was based on combines, right?
like farming equipment combines.
Yeah,
Okay,
and they did demolition derby with these combines.
I feel like I've seen something like that.
Yeah, right. But and there's like this rivalry. I don't know who acted in it. Like it might like picture picture two dudes dressed up as farmers that have never been around a farmer before, and that's
Okay,
these guys. And I've never seen the movie anywhere else. I've not actively searched for it, but I've always kept it in the back of my mind. No
okay,
idea. That and God, never ending story. That was one of the first ones.
never ending story.
Actually, I think the one of the first ones I actually really remember is Land
Hey.
Before Time. I remember going to theaters and watching that.
Yeah,
I remember getting really upset. Oh, so upset. Dude, the shows back then, if I got, they'd make you hard. Like
what?
you you were like, wow. You got used to like loss and death and like all that at a young age. Now it's all like, you know, they didn't bring me flowers.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't invite me to their birthday. You know, Littlefoot's over here like, Mama, you know, get up, Mama.
So found something that might be what you're looking for here.
Okay.
You think maybe it was called Race Against the Harvest?
Hey, dude, I
Did it
no
look anything like this?
no idea. Let me see. Oh God, that's an expensive phone to be throwing around like that.
It's terrible.
Um, hmm.
Literally just looked up Combine Demolition Derby movie, and the first movie that came up besides a movie called Combine Demolition Derby.
Uh, you know,
Don't be clicking around there too much.
I'm just swiping right. Like I ain't in your gallery. Heyo, what up? Oh, um, maybe.
Okay, well, first movie. Well, I've had those kind of movies where I remember it, but I can't remember it.
Yeah.
And for me, that movie was I don't know if my mic cut out. Sorry, people. For me, those kind of movies, whenever I was growing up, I remember, but I couldn't remember. I found two of them that I vaguely remembered, but I found them. It was very common movie, Land of the Lost.
You want?
You, here, give me my phone.
Sorry.
You can't listen.
Okay. Land of the Lost. I'm with you.
I've had those movies where I can remember them, but I have
Mhm.
no idea what they are.
Yeah.
And I found two of them. It was Land of the Lost, which is kind of funny. Like that's one of those infamous movies from my childhood that I couldn't remember for years.
Yeah.
All I remembered was they were going into the like down the river ride into the Land of the Lost, and then in the gift shop, the titty mug. where he holds up a mug that's
We
got
wa-
boobs on it
we watched a totally different Land of the Lost.
with Will Ferrell, right?
No, I never really watched that. Like our Land of the Lost was like a B movie kind of deal, and it was a TV show.
Oh, well, that's what I'm talking about. That movie is one of those ones I vaguely remembered. And I
Yeah.
figured it out years later.
It's so
And then
weird for me that like Will Ferrell is like a childhood actor to you.
yeah,
You know, like that's weird.
he's a big deal.
All right.
So is Adam Sandler. He's a childhood actor of mine.
He was.
I need to stop messing with my cord. If I
What are
clicked off,
you like? Are you still unplugging that thing?
I think I might have on.
Oh my god!
I'm done messing with it. Sorry,
Stop
people.
fidgeting.
I said Adam Sandler was one of the ones growing up with me.
Mm-mm. I remember him as like a teenager.
Yeah, on SNL.
Yeah, and he would like put out these like CDs and like they used to do comedy CDs
Yeah,
where like they did comedy skits on CD. Like you never seen anything, but
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, but like the goat stories are always the best.
Yeah,
Yeah, like have we ever listened to those together?
the goat.
Yeah,
No, like greatest of all time, or actually a goat.
it was a skit about a talking goat,
Okay, no.
and like these kids would come visit this goat in the back of this tied to the back of this pickup truck. You know, and the kids be all like, "Hey, goat," you know, and be like, "Who dat? Hey, come closer," you know, and he had like this weird accent and everything, and like like, "Oh yeah, he kicked the shit out of me, man." Like, yeah,
I've never seen that. No.
oh my god, we'll have to listen to that later.
Another one of those movies for me was Ponyo. You ever heard of Ponyo?
That's that like Japanese animation one, right?
Yeah, but it's a movie.
Yeah.
Um, Studio Ghibli. They made like
Hmm.
Spirited Away and those kind of movies.
Yeah.
Um, I just never remembered what it was. I just remembered little bits and pieces of it. Figured it out. It's called Ponyo, and it is now my favorite Studio Ghibli movie. And another one was Astro Boy. That was a big one in my childhood.
The live action one,
No,
the original cartoon.
it was a cartoon movie.
Yeah.
It came out in like 2012. It's not that
Oh
old.
yeah. No, like Astro Boy's like from the fucking like 80s, I think.
Yeah, they did a remake movie in like the 2010s at some point.
They tried to redo Speed Racer, that failed horribly.
I remember watching that. I had a
Yeah.
Speed Racer Hot Wheel growing up. You got me, or mom. I don't remember who got it for me, but I had a Speed Racer Hot Wheel that I really liked.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, they pretty much just said fuck the epileptic community, because there was like all kinds of lights and strobes and like you could, yeah, if you had that, you could not watch that movie.
I ended up going back and watching some of the old show of Speed Racer,
Yeah,
like the original show.
it didn't it hurt a little bit though? Like you watch it, like man, that's some corny shit.
No, for me it was completely different. I was like, wow, this is what I could have had growing up. Are you shitting me?
Yeah. Oh my god, he's over there.
Whoa,
Whoa, that was fast.
he really is the Speedway so
Speed Racer, go.
he's so speedy.
Yeah, like their acting is worse than ours.
Hmm.
So
And then there's some shows I'm really glad I missed out on. Pretty rough ones. Like Thomas the Train Engine, the live action show. Ooh.
rough,
Yeah.
rough.
Thomas's face was a puppet. That was rough.
Well, what movie do you think The Rock and Kevin Hart are going to remake next?
Well, they did Jumanji. They did Central Intelligence. Um, I
Hope
don't
it's
know.
Dirty Dancing.
Hope it's Footloose.
No, they already did Footloose.
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah, but so do you even know why like they randomly do these remakes?
People are starting to forget about him.
In a way,
Okay.
so it's like Disney does it all. Like Disney's like going through all their um stuff now. That's why they do like the Snow White, Beauty and the Beast, stuff like that. So like whenever you copyright something, you can only copyright it for so long, and then
Oh yeah.
if you don't use the property,
Mhm.
you forfeit it.
Yeah, they did that with uh they did some kind of bad trademark for Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
And now Disney has to make a new mascot for themselves, and
yeah.
um it's the dragon. I forget. It's like imaginary. It's a word for imaginary. Nothing. You ain't
Yeah,
got.
dude, I'm not a dictionary.
I'm looking for a thesaurus, actually.
Oh, I'm owned to college.
High school.
I finished high school.
Yeah, I did. Uh, oh, figment.
Okay.
Like another word for imagination. Figment of imagination. That's what I was looking for.
That just
I
doesn't
know.
that just doesn't roll off the tongue, like I don't know.
Well, that's the name of the
Figment
dragon.
Figment of the imagination dragon.
Well, Figment, the imaginary dragon. What it
Wasn't it
is.
Pete?
There's Pete's magic dragon.
Yeah.
Nope, different.
Oh yeah, I guess the dragon's name wasn't Pete.
That might have been the name of the dragon was Figment
Yeah, well, I think
because
it's
it was Pete's dragon.
yeah,
Maybe Pete's dragon's name was Figment.
maybe.
We're we're spiraling. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, instead of imagination dragon.
this
That's a
is so
band.
stupid.
That's a band.
Huh?
Imagination Dragon? Isn't that a band?
Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, okay, Imagine Dragon. See, I was
That was the
close.
best concert I ever went to.
Oh god.
It beat all of them. It beat Leonard Skinner, Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah.
Beat Zach Bryan.
That's how
Imagine Dragons was my favorite concert I ever went to.
that copyright stuff is how we got the Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they were running out of time. That's why we got the Venom movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of movies that you're like, why would they be making that now? No, nobody thought about it. It's like so everybody went through this phase of like just buying comic book characters. Like I own
Yeah.
the rights to this and this and this and this, and they just got separated because Marvel sold them, and now they're trying to get them all back. But
Yeah.
yeah, and so that's why you see like random movies pop up.
Hmm.
Yeah, Craven wasn't a thing, like
Yeah.
nobody had that as a passion project, like no, we really got to get a Craven the Hunter movie, you know.
I don't know. I have a hard time believing it. I have a feeling there was some people that like Craven is one of these badass characters we need to do something with.
Totally a badass character. He's a villain though.
Mm.
He's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, he is. He's a Spider-Man's villain.
Yeah, he's not. He's
That movie was so good.
yeah. He's supposed to be there to hunt Spider-Man, to kill Spider-Man because he looks at him as game.
In Spider-Man 2, like the big Spider-Man game that came out for PS5.
Yeah,
Also, the reason I wanted a PS5, Craven was the main villain in that.
yeah. I mean that's
You
what
had
he's
to,
supposed to be.
I
But
killed Craven twice. Thank you.
I
And I
mean,
killed Venom.
I love the Deadpool movies, but Deadpool done a bad thing with all the anti-heroes is what they're called now instead of villains.
Okay.
Like Venom does good things, but and that's accurate in the comic books. That's the way he was.
Yeah.
He started off as a villain, and then like he eventually started doing somewhat good things. Now Craven the Hunter is all of a sudden an anti-hero.
Yeah.
No. And I don't know. Now we're getting a Silver Surfer that has the same CGI as '03.
I was okay with it. I thought it was cool. Man, this is turning into a nerd out episode.
I know, but Canton's done with this paperwork by now. Now I got to get it off my chest. Like I do because
Everything for the past 20 minutes?
it's talking about her chest.
Okay.
The Silver Surfer one. Did you see the still shot where, for some odd reason, they put her boob on her leg?
Uh-uh.
You haven't seen that?
Uh-uh.
Clip it.
No. I won't.
There's this shot where like she's like getting ready to take off or whatever, so she's like crouched down, ready to go. And for what I don't know who was in charge of all that,
Yeah.
but they're like, you know what? We're gonna put her boob on her knee. It's the oddest looking shot you'll ever see.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just one of those things that I noticed.
All right.
Did you turn this off already?
I'm about to.
Am I just talking to thin air?
I should have.
What? Why?
You just ran, Pops. He's about to cry.
We're doing a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
What the fuck did you think we were gonna do? I'm sorry.
What was the expectations?
I'm sorry. I'll get a script prepared next time,
Thank you.
and we'll talk about current news.
And I will revise it.
No, your revision is like, yeah, I'm not saying that.
Basically.
Yeah, and then like, dude, if you edited a script for this, the show would be about 5 minutes. Like we wouldn't even use up a whole TikTok thing.
I would make up the script like as soon as I sit down to record. Like, yep, sure, let's do it.
What you know
No,
what?
we're not doing it.
Do it one time.
No.
Make a script.
People are gonna be upset that we ruined an episode for the week.
We'll do a quarter, like a quarter million.
8th.
8th.
Hey, that laugh, 16th.
How many minutes is that out of an hour?
Good question. That's 32nd. 32nd of an episode.
I don't want to do a script
It's
anyway.
a 64th of an episode.
Okay. All right.
You're looking at about 30 seconds.
If anybody out there is looking for a 20-year-old to adopt, I have one slightly used. What?
I ain't no hoe.
He kind of a hoe.
All right. We done?
With that attitude, yeah, we done.
All right. Good. Let's say goodbye at least, man. You guys see how rude this man is? He won't even say bye to you?
What kind of professionalism are you shooting for here?
I'm shooting for someone that's not a dick.
Uh-huh.
Say goodbye to your friends.
Why do you want to fight with me today? It's Easter, for God's sakes.
You know what? You lost your opportunity.